Before we discuss the concept of Siyam as per Quran, we would like to highlight and discuss the concept that there are no rituals as per Deen. Let's first define what is a ritual. A ritual, by definition, is any series of specific acts or actions or type of behavior done by someone which has been prescribed in the name of that person's religion or divinely ordained and divinely prescribed order of performing certain series of actions or behaviors. Now, there's a huge difference between a routine and a ritual. So, routine on one act is so the basic reason is in terms of the attitude and the reason behind the actions, whether it's done in the name of a routine or whether it's done as a ritual. So routines are basically done as per the person's own personal preference, the person's own lifestyle, the person's own choices. Whereas if you look at rituals, rituals are practices that are been prescribed by somebody else, and they are done in the name of religion or in the name of the divine. So I'll give you an example of, for instance, if you go for a daily walk, and if I go for, let's suppose, the daily walk in the morning, that is because it suits my lifestyle. It is a choice that I have done as per my own personal preferences, as per the requirement of, let's suppose, my health. Whereas if I go for, let's suppose, a prayer, let's suppose if I'm praying 5 times a day, this is the timings of it and the way it's being done is prescribed by somebody else in the name of religion, as if it's divinely prescribed for me. So, daily walk is a routine, the daily prayers is a ritual. Similarly, if you go for intermittent fasting, for instance, I can go for intermittent fasting based on my own lifestyle, based on what suits me, based on what is healthy for me, as compared to, let's suppose, a ritual fasting like Muslims do in the month of Ramadan. That is prescribed in the name of religion, that is taken up as if it's divinely prescribed. So intermittent fasting is a routine, whereas the religious fasting is a ritual. In order to give you an idea as to what is and why the rituals are not prescribed by the divine, or as per our understanding, there are no rituals as per Quran, we're going to give you one logical reasoning and another from the Quran itself. So in terms of the logical reasoning, I'll give you two options. The first option is that the Quran ordains ritual. So as soon as you approach Quran with this mindset, somehow the Quran seems incomplete, because Quran does not tell you what specific timings you need to go for, let's suppose, the ritual prayers, and how to perform the ritual prayers, how much zakat to give, how to do the manasik of Hajj or Umrah. All these rituals make Quran incomplete, insufficient, and we have to go out of the Quran in order to follow the rituals. We have to find a scholar who is going to teach us how to perform all these rituals. And then once you find a scholar, in fact, before you find a scholar, you have to identify what specific sect you belong to. So first you need to identify the sect, then you identify the scholar, and then the scholar is going to teach you how to perform these rituals, because you're not able to get all these details from the Quran itself. Even if you look at the image of Allah in this particular option, Allah in this option is a supreme being who is somehow angry with us. And we have to spend all this time to seek forgiveness from the divine, to keep on trying our best to connect with the divine and to seek forgiveness and mercy from the divine, because the divine is angry and upset with us. In addition to that, the divine in this particular option is somebody who does not want us to do anything for anybody, but spend all this money and all our time and effort and resources in order to connect and do these divinely rites and rituals. Allah here is someone who somehow wants us to spend so much money to please Allah instead of benefiting the needy, or spending the same amount of money and time and resources to be of benefit to other human beings. In terms of option number two, let's suppose we approach Quran with the mindset that there are no rituals ordained by Allah. As soon as we approach the Quran with this mindset, everything becomes crystal clear and practical. Quran is complete. Quran tells you each and everything. Allah asks us to spend for the benefit of others whatever we have been given fazl of. That is the basic guidance that we receive times and times again. We don't need anything or anyone outside of the Quran. The only thing that we need in order to implement these divine laws is the Quran itself and our own akal, our own brain, our own intellect and thinking and reasoning and pondering. This is all we need in order to implement these laws. And even if you look at the image of Allah in this option, Allah here is a supreme being who does not need anything for himself, who is ghani, who does not need anything at all. The only thing that Allah wants us to do is to benefit others. If you're grateful to the divine for all the blessings, spend your efforts and resources and all these blessings to be of benefit to others, so that you make others grateful to you just like you are grateful to the divine. Allah wants us to act as Khalifa, the caretaker, the trustee on the planet Earth, who is there just to take care of the planet and all its habitat. So now I will ask you point blank, which one do you think is more plausible as an image of Allah? And which option would you go for? Is it option number one, where Quran ordains ritual and the image of Allah in this option is somebody who needs everything for himself, so that you keep on asking forgiveness and pleasing Allah by spending all your time and money and resources in to establish this connection? Or option number two, where there are no rituals as per Quran, and the image of Allah in this option is for you to spend all this time and money and resources to be of benefit to others. The image of Allah in this option is somebody who does not need anything for himself, because Allah is Ghani. Which option is more plausible as an image of Allah? Now, I would also like to give you an ayah from Quran, which basically gives us this specific uh, divine guidance that there are no rituals as per Quran. This ayah is ayah 2177. It describes birra. Birra is basically the process of becoming muttaqi, the highest level of being a Muslim. So if you look at the concept of birra as per this ayah, it identifies the complete Quranic guidance and it summarizes it in concise terms within this ayah. And this ayah is basically asking us to start with the 5 fundamentals of Iman. And then it goes for the spending of your wealth, your time, your resources for the benefit of others. So these are the two important segments. Now, if you look at this particular ayah, it starts with birra is not that you turn your wajh towards mashriq or maghrib. And if you look at the concept of wajh basically means focus. It's your attention, it's your desired destination, it's your focus, your purpose, your direction. And Allah is saying right at the onset that birra is not that you turn your wajh towards the mashriq or the maghrib. It is not about body movements. It's not about direction. Allah is not confined to a physical space as in house of Allah somewhere in Saudi Arabia. This is not what birra is. Birra is not rituals. It's not body movements. It's not directions. It's not moving your face here or there. It's not that. What it is based on the 5 fundamentals of Iman, and then spending your wealth for the benefit of others. And then there are the doing of salat and zakat and doing of sabr. So all of these are basic foundations of deen, nothing to do with rituals.